Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today I am Ashatu would like to begin our presentation regarding management in Petronas. So what is record management? Record management is activities that include the process of the creation, receipt, maintenance, use and disposal of records. So the example of record can be memos, electronic files, report, emails and films. However, the aims of record management are to assist an organization in keeping the necessary record available for both business operation and compliance audit. The reason why we chose Petronas for our final project is because Petronas is the largest business and has many subsidiaries. This organization also generates a significant numbers of record issues to ensure that all actions held by this organization are routinely documented. The objective of our project is to look at how many records Petronas generates each year and how Petronas organizes its data to ensure the quality of record is maintained.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Izzati Azwani binti Zasni and I will continue this presentation. I will present the name, the history and the types of organization. The first one is name of organization. Petronas is a Malaysian national petroleum company that conducts oil and gas exploration and production activities. The company's success lies in many factors, but what makes it different from many other companies is the unique brand marketing strategy. Conventional or direct methods of promotion attract customer loyalty, but Petronas has also successfully incorporated the part of promotion through social service. The next one is the history of Petronas. Petronas has established in 1974 as a public company to safeguard the country's sovereignty over its oil and gas reserve. In 1976, the company started negotiating the replacement of the existing leases with production sharing contracts. Petronas became the first downstream in the Asian region when it started construction of a urea plant in Bintulu. The company has since expanded into other areas such as transportation, refining, and marketing. Petronas established Petronas Dagangan Berhad and Gas Berhad in the same month and year in August 1982. Then, Petronas discovered the first deep sea oil in Malaysia located on the Kike Plantation, Sabah. Petronas was the first company to enter the Middle East and overcame the difficult operating environment to supply oil and contribute the well-being of the local population. The Gumusut Kaka field, Malaysia's second deepwater field, is first oil production on November 18, 2012 with no injuries. Petronas will provide better fuel, cost savings, and cleaner engines. As you can see, this is the map and the address of Petronas Twin Towers. The last one is types of organization. Petronas wholly owned by the Malaysian government. Petronas business activities can be divided into several parts. Its principal business activity is the exploration and production business. It also has a foray into the petrochemical sector with Petronas Chemical Marketing Sdn Berhad. Petronas has many subsidiaries from within and outside the country such as Petronas Carigali Sdn Berhad, Petronas Asset Sdn Berhad, Petronas Hartabina Sdn Berhad, Petronas Trading Corporation Sdn Berhad, and so on. That's all from me. The other member will continue this presentation. Thank you.
Types of records. Petronas has a long history of breaking records such as annual report. This record is held by Petronas from 1 January 2019 to 31 December 2019. This annual report will serve as a guideline for Petronas, displaying each action that they undertake from the beginning of 2019 to the conclusion of 2019. Second is the financial report. The financial report utilized are the most recent from 2020. The third is sustainability report. Global population expansion, rapid urbanization, demographic change, and changing social requirements will boost demand for energy and resources. The fourth is human rights report. Human rights report launched in October 2015. This statement consolidates our existing commitment and create clarity on our processes and procedures. Its principles are implemented across our operation and will be changed. Petronas organizational environment. Financial, marketing, operational, and management variables all have an influence on an organization development. The decision-making process was centralized, with each business unit having its own business committee led by the relevant vice president. The upstream activity was handled by the exploration and production (E&P) business segment. Petronas Cari Gali Sedia Berhad Organization Structure. Petronas Cari Gali Sedia Berhad (PCSB) was the upstream operational arm of Petronas, with operations both domestically and globally. The Chief Operating Officer (COO) was in charge of the 3 regional operations and reported to the CEO on a regular basis. Management function. First, it is planning. The objective of goal setting is to clarify the business's vision. This step entails recognizing 3 important aspects. First, establish short-term and long-term goals. Second, differentiate the process of achieving objectives. Finally, personalize the producer of employees. Second is organizing. Organizational culture is the notion in which culture prevents globally recognized definitions from being established. Third is winning. Strategy development, that is the first stage in developing as a plan, is to examine the data received from the analysis, determine the existing resources available to the company that can assist in achieving the primary goals and objectives. What is controlling? Action should be made when choosing a plan that is not actively striving towards the objective.
Record management is critical to the business because it protects the company memory and preserves proof of activities, transactions, and decisions of the organization. However, Petronas does not state any issues related to the record management issues. But if Petronas does not have a proper record management, several issues might occur. There are 6 record management issues that might occur if Petronas does not have a proper record management. First, poor management and decision making. Records are a critical part of decision-making processes that will be used as a reference for each preference that is made. Without the proper documents, Petronas will be making a wrong decision that will risk the organization. For instance, resulting in losses, corruption, and mismanagement. Next is inability to keep thief and fraud under the control in the company. If Petronas does not keep a proper record, it may result in malpractice, thief, and fraud. Next is inability to identify strengths and weaknesses of the organization. If Petronas does not keep a proper record, the organization will struggle to achieve its objective. The next one is financial management. Poor record keeping will affect the entire accounting functions, with the result in reporting and auditing may become virtually impossible. 5. Record clog up and raise the expenses. Without a proper management, it can cause record dumping and clogging up. When there is no monitoring throughout the record creation process, a different version of record with the same information will result. Last one is hard to retrieve a record. If Petronas does not have a proper record keeping, it is hard for their staff to retrieve the record when needed. it has happened when they do not find the record that they are looking for, and of course, it will take a long time to retrieve them. Ways to overcome record management issues. There are 4 methods Petronas might use to overcome record management difficulties if the company is experiencing record management issues. First, review document retention schedule. To have a good record management, the organization must guarantee the record retention is implemented according to the schedules. Second, dispose of expired files properly. All files that have outlived their retention period should be appropriately disposed of. It is to prevent the cross-record clog-up happen. Third, reduce clutter and regain space. Petronas should consider entirely utilizing electronic documents, as using paper data might waste cost and take time to access. By using electronic record system, it can decrease space needed for files cabinet and also will indirectly reduce overhead expense. Last, monitor record management program. To prevent the issues of improper record management from happening, Petronas have to verify the program regularly to ensure it runs smoothly and according to the key stages.
I'm Putri, and now I'm going to explain about proposing the integrated record management program for Petronas. Managing the records, the organization can face various kinds of challenges. The integrated records management program helps prevent future problems as well as supporting the efficiency of the records management. This program will ensure that records or archive with continuing value will be preserved. There are 6 key stages in IRMP, which is restructuring existing system, organizing and controlling records, providing physical protection for records, managing records in record center, managing archive, and last but not least, supporting and sustaining the IRMP. The first stage of IRMP is restructuring existing system. Where there's nothing wrong with running the old system for the organization to hold on, it is pretty advisable for a big company like Petronas to look over the existing system and improvise their management system in order to increase the organization efficiency and productivity. In the attempt to restructure the existing system, an organization must go through procedure as reviewing and revising the legislation system, establishing the organizational policies and structure, determining resource requirements, which include the process of organizing the staffing, equipment, and financial, and last but not least, developing strategic plans. Moving on to the next stage of IRMP, which is organizing and controlling records. The process of organizing and controlling records in Petronas record management system should be coupled with the creation of record inventory, the process of labeling, and identifying the person who has the access to the record. Next is the third stage of RIMP, which is providing physical protection for records. The record management of Petronas must ensure they fulfill the preservation measures when handling the records. The fourth stage is managing records in record center, where the management of Petronas should be able to develop and maintain the record center facilities in order to allow the process of transferring, storing, and retrieving records. The next stage is managing archive, where 3 essential steps were being implemented by the organization. The 3 procedures are acquiring and receiving archive, managing the archive according to the archival principles, and allowing the public to have access to the archive. And the last stage of IRMP is supporting and sustaining the integrated record management program, whereas in order to achieve the goals and objectives of the company, a well-organized and systematic management must be practiced by the organization. This program can only function properly if it is properly maintained and regularly reviewed and updated whenever there are changes to the production of the organization.
Next is challenge and management issues in Petronas. Due to pandemic of COVID-19, Petronas has experienced a dramatic decline in all purchases throughout the first and second quarters of 2020. Petronas have experienced a 78% reduction in sales, which is Rm 48.8 billion compared to previous years. However, from the result of the fourth quarters of 2020, global oil market price and demand have grown as several nations reopened economic conditions, causing Petronas oil sales to rise up again. The increase in the number of new cases and the current lockdown has presented the industry with a dilemma. So Petronas has made a special work arrangement for all their employees who can work from home to do so. Petronas also has continued to operate its company by using digitalization and technology, as well as training its employees with the essential digital skill and capabilities. It is because Petronas prioritizes safety to ensure the employee, contractor, and customer are safe.
The conclusion is Petronas' unique experience and knowledge, along with its technological and operational skills, have allowed it to be recognized as the chosen strategic partner by the multinational corporations and host nations throughout the years. Even in the face of a challenging commercial and economic climate, Petronas is able to integrate, create value, and globalize its operations. This would get the firm closer to realizing its aim of being a leading oil and gas multinational of choice.